Hi everyone, welcome to Miss DeBoer Reads. Here's what I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be reading a longer book, not a picture book. And so I want you to know that you won't see so much of me as you will the actual text. I want you to be able to really focus in on the words. There aren't pictures in this book, so I want you to see the text as I read it. So that's where we're going to channel and focus our attention. So let's move there now. Here we go. What good readers do is they take a sneak peek before they read. I'm looking at this text and I'm noticing the cover. There is a dog on the cover, a little sketch. So there are a few drawings, maybe sketches like this. Otherwise, it just says, love that dog, very much centered in the middle. A novel. A novel means it's longer. It's a longer, thicker book with a lot of pages and text inside. The author's name is Sharon Creech. She's pretty amazing, and I want to show you a picture of her. Here she is. Here's what she has to say about books. I love the way that each book, any book, as its own journey, is its own journey. You open it, and off you go. You are changed in some way, large or small, by having traveled with those characters. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to get to know a character in this story named Jack. Here's a little bit about him on the back of the book. Jack, room 105, Miss Stretchberry. Maybe that's his classroom. September 13. It's dated as if it's a journal entry. I don't want to because boys don't write poetry. Girls do. Meet Jack, who tells his story with a little help from some paper, a pencil, his teacher, and a dog named Sky. Cool. So I'm wondering about this book. How is it organized? Does it have chapters? Is there a table of contents? So I'm looking inside to notice that. Love that dog. Actually, the ink is in blue. It's pretty amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen a chapter book written with blue ink. And that's what this one features. Here's the title page. Other books by the same author. Okay. A dedication page. Lovely. And then it goes right into the story. So I'm thinking there's not a table of contents. It's just written like this. September 13, September 21. Aha! It is like journal entries. You could do that. You could be writing a journal during these few weeks. Let's start reading. Jack, room 105, Miss Stretchberry, September 13. I don't want to because boys don't write poetry. Girls do. I have a feeling Jack is thinking the teacher maybe asked him to write some poetry, and he's reluctant because he doesn't think boys do. Sometimes there's adults that say that, but we know the power of there is no gender rules. Boys can do it, girls can do it. Let's read more. September 21. I tried. Can't do it. Brains empty. September 27. I don't understand the poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens and why so much depends upon them. If that is a poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens, then any words can be a poem. You've just got to make short lines. Don't you love how Sharon Creech wrote it like that too, in short lines? Jack is figuring out like, maybe that's how the poetry's written. I'll show you what he means. He wrote, here's William Carlos Williams, The Red Wheelbarrow. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rainwater, beside the white chickens. And in case you don't know what a wheelbarrow is, it's very handy. Here's one. Most wheelbarrows are red. I don't know why that is. It's a great color. And there's some white chickens just for reference too. It's a great part of what you might use in a garden or on a farm. And that's what I think of when I think of chickens too. They wouldn't be normally in my backyard. They would be on a farm. William Carlos Williams wrote this poem in 1923. And maybe so much depends upon farming and agriculture and doing hard labor and our humankind relationship to nature. Jack's wondering, what is this all about? October 4. Do you promise not to read it out loud? Do you promise not to put it on the board? Okay, here it is, but I don't like it. So much depends upon a blue car, splattered with mud, speeding down the road. Here's Jack's poem that he wrote, and he's telling his teacher, don't read it out loud and don't put it on the board, and I don't really like it. He's trying to give himself permission to not be so great. October 10. What do you mean? Why does so much depend upon a blue car? You didn't say that before, that I had to tell you why. The wheelbarrow guy didn't tell why. October 17. What was up with the Snowy Woods poem you read today? Why doesn't the person just keep going if he's got so many miles to go before he sleeps? And why do I have to tell you more about the blue car, splattered with mud, speeding down the road? I don't want to write about that blue car that had miles to go before it slept. So many miles to go in such a hurry. Here is that stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Here is that poem. It's by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only others sound the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. I think this guy has a lot to do before he sleeps. Jack is trying to figure all this poetry out. October 24. I'm sorry to say, I did not really understand the Tiger, Tiger, Burning Bright poem, but at least it sounded good in my ears. Here's the blue car with tiger sounds. Blue car, shining bright, in the darkness of the night. Who could see you speeding by, like a comet in the sky? I could see you in the night, blue car, shining bright. I could see you speeding by, like a comet in the sky. Some of the tiger sounds are still in my ears, like drums, beat, beat, beating. Here's that tiger poem. First of all, I was inspired by this picture. Wah! The Siberian tiger is the biggest of the big cats. But here's the poem. The Tiger by William Blake. This is just the first stanza. Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? And they made I and symmetry rhyme, but it's symmetry. Symmetry is this. This is a line of symmetry where it can be divided exactly in half, almost like a human face as well, could be divided exactly in half and have equal sides. If you think about a butterfly's wings, how they're equal in symmetry, that's having symmetry. It seems to me like Jack is starting to develop some of his own poems based on and inspired by others. That's how a lot of good poets begin. And as we continue in the story, we're going to find out, what is that blue car? It seems to really be resonating strong with Jack. Do you think that he'll become a poet? I do. I can't wait to find out what happens tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.